But first, that fallout we talked about from the December debacle. The finger-pointing continues tonight as the Providence City Council demands answers in the wake of the storm.
The heated meeting coming just hours after two officials are reprimanded for the city's botched response. Mayor David Cicilline announcing today that Leo Messier, the director of the city's emergency management agency, has been fired. And the school department's deputy superintendent of operations, Thomas Hanna, has been suspended. He is off the job for 1 month without pay.
Now tonight, the city council blasted Hanna's boss, Superintendent Donnie Evans, saying that he should also be fired. Also on the hot seat, the Providence police chief and the fire chief. City council demanding to know what everyone wants to know: what went wrong and why. Eyewitness News reporter Joan Rand's live in Providence with the very latest on the fallout.
Steve and Erin, the big question tonight here at City Hall was, where were you? Donnie Evans, of course, the school superintendent, testifying tonight that he went home to take medication and then never returned. The city's fire chief says that his department responded to about 113 calls from help from noon that day to midnight, but the finger stayed pointed at Evans, who city councilors squarely said tonight that he put the children's safety in jeopardy.
If I was the mayor, I would have fired you, or I would have gave you a 30-day suspension, not your assistant.
The hot seat never cooling down for school superintendent Donnie Evans. Questions flying for hours in council chambers about his authority or lack of during a December storm that crippled the city and left about 100 children out in the cold and their parents clueless.
I was not aware that 100 kids were stranded anywhere. I was not aware that buses were not at least moving.
Either do their job that we paid them extremely well for, or move on.
City councilors also looking for answers from the fire chief.
We had our people in place. We knew who they were going to be, and we knew where they were going to go.
The school committee and the bus company. But blame kept going back to the city's top school official.
I want to know where you were.
What were you expecting to hear from him tonight? You sound like you came into this meeting knowing what he was going to say.
Actually, I heard exactly what I was expected to hear. That's why I said it's like a dog chasing his tail in there.
Timelines of the day and night given by both Evans and first students Bill Roach that didn't add up.
About contradictions. Who's contradicting who tonight?
I think we're having a lot of contradictions, obviously, just within the school department.
I take full responsibility for the school's department performance during Thursday's snowstorm.
A big tongue lashing tonight. Now, there were 5 changes as a result of this storm, this December debacle, which include a hotline for parents next time a big and bad storm hits Rhode Island, and a reverse transportation schedule, which would get the youngest kids on buses first. Of course, many also asking tonight, why wasn't school canceled in the first place, with the meteorologist telling us that this bad storm was going to hit in 3 or 4 days. And the other question tonight is, where will the axe fall next? We're live tonight in Providence with the Mobile Newsroom. I'm Joan Moran, Eyewitness News.
According to a city timeline, it took more than 7.5 hours for Providence police to mobilize forces during the storm. Both police and firefighters eventually responded very well, helping to bring the hundreds of school children stuck in buses back home. City officials blamed the overall lack of organization on a breakdown in communication.
There were errors in communication, judgment, and leadership. Ultimately, it is my responsibility to ensure that this never happens again to the children of our city.
We did not know that we had hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands, of students stranded in buses or schools across this city.
Earlier this week, another top official lost his job. Slow response caused Governor Carcieri to fire Rhode Island EMA Director Robert Warren.
Also today, Mayor Cicilline announced a plan of action. It includes, in part, the Emergency Operations Cabinet will now be automatically activated whenever school children are being transported during extreme weather. The mayor has also ordered the school superintendent to create a communication procedure that would notify parents every hour by phone when there are delays on school buses. In addition, the school district will have to put a hotline in place to answer parents' questions during emergencies. For more in-depth coverage of the December debacle fallout, log on to foxprovidence.com. And you can look at the mayor's review in its entirety, including a timeline of events, and see extended footage from today's news conference.